Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review. Over to my good friends over at Magpie Brewery. We'll talk about a bit more about Magpie Brewery. It's their Jay IPA, British IPA, thanks to Andy from the Happy Drinkers who gifted me this. 5.2% ABV. Brewed with all British hops and malts, supporting British farms on a 100% green energy powered brew kit. Bursting with British hops, this golden IPA is warming yet refreshing, fruity and aromatic. It's also available in mini keg, so check out Magpie's website. So Magpie, like I said, I do know the guys. Craig and James bought into the business last year. Was it last year or was it the year before now? I can't remember. Might have been the year before now. But anyway, yeah, they're doing a good job. You know, they're learning the business, and it's a tough business to learn. You know, it was about. I mean, I make enough mistakes doing brewing as it is, so you know, it's easy done. But anyway, yeah. The Nottingham Craft Beer Festival. So go along and say hello to the guys. And Laura, if she's there as well. Laura is she's the do anything girl of the brewery, and yeah, she's a lovely person as well. Met her for the first time at Hucknall Beer Festival. We had a good chat there, and like I say, they're bringing 13 beers to Nottingham Craft Beer Festival. Raggy's Beer Reviews had a hand in, I think, in one for definite, possibly two, because I remember them saying something about the splitting a beer. So the beer that I had some sort of a hand in was the Schwartz beer. So it's going to join that list, and God, I hope they've got a pump clip for it of beers from the Raggy Beer Review beers. You know, this club of beers, which includes Raggy's Golden Ale, Shazbot Nano, as beers that I've actually had a part in and helped brew. And then the other club where beers have been brewed with my name on, which is a generous and kind thing as well, from Dungeon Brewing and Bid Brew and Tap Room. So yeah, all I can smell today is malt. So I've been doing brewing last night and then finished it off this morning, just cooling it down and whatnot. And I've got the smell up my nose, literally. So it's a classic golden pour, plenty of carbonation going off. Typical Raggy pour. We're not going about the pour. But yeah, sun's out. It's beautiful out there today. We've just been to sort our wedding out, and that's another thing as well. These guys, they bought out a beer to celebrate Notts County's winning, and it's chocolate orange stout, so it's down Mrs. Raggy Avenue's road. So I've got to get one ordered before they sell out, and then I'll be peed off because I haven't ordered one. That's the job for today. There's a lot of work to do now. We're a month away, and yeah, the workload is starting to come at us at quick pace. But hey ho, beer first. More citrusy, tropical, more citrusy than tropical. Lovely taste to it. Oh, I tell you what, I do love trad. Refreshing, fruity, aromatic. Yeah, I'll go along with that. And yep, put the birdie. And they do like their birdie theme. Don't ask me what the bird is on the front. Well, I think it's actually a J. There you go. Yeah. Can't always win, can you? Yeah, I've got quite a bit of ferreting around soon, and especially a week, bang on a week before the beer festival. going to breweries, contacting breweries before and say, look, I need to pick up on Friday or Saturday, Friday preferably, because I'm going to take a day off work and go round all the breweries, whether I do it with loo time or whether I just do it with holiday. It's all good. But yeah, we're now at 4 beers barrelled. 5th beer's gone into fermentation. Nice bit of wine's gone in as well. That's not for beer festivals, that's for raggy beer consumption, wine consumption. And hopefully it'll start bubbling at some stage. I do wonder if this room's not quite warm enough yet. But if we're going to get good warm temperatures this week, it will warm up in here. So hence why I'm leaving stuff in here. Builds up that carbon dioxide. It's funny because the heat does tend to get things moving again. I've had it before where I've had a beer in here and it stopped doing its brewing. And then because of the heat in here, it reignited stuff and all of a sudden it's tootling away. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. So yeah, talking about Magpie Brewery, yeah, 13 beers for the Craft Beer Festival. Super looking forward to reviewing the Raggy beer. I'm there over 2 days this year, which means I may tap up the breweries that are there and say, look, I know you only do them in thirds, but I want to review your beers, but I can't pay for a third of that, a third of that, a third of that, because I can't do it. So I need to say, look, give me half a third if you can do that. If that's possible, you know, and then do beer reviews in front of them, videos. I'm gonna smash it this year. I've got 2 days to do it. Lots of talking, lots of laughs, and see what's, you know, show the world that Maggie's beer reviews. It's a bit of a force, you know. Everyone's thinking, no, Tim, he just likes a beer, and you're damn right. If I didn't like a beer, I won't be doing this. I don't do it for any other reason than a hobby. A hobby that's turned into supporting local breweries. Bit like myself, you know, supporting each other. It's all good. When people do, obviously. Some don't, but hey, you can't win them all, can you? You know, it is what it is. I must admit, thank you to Magpie in the past for sharing beer reviews and pub reviews. It's a lovely reciprocation, and I do, whenever this happens, I make sure, well, most of the time, to actually post it on my page and thanking them for it, because it's a show of appreciation. And the fact is, they might even like my beer reviews. But yeah, this is tasting absolutely lovely. I've got to do some gardening. Like I said, we've just been out to do the wedding vow thing, and so this is going to go up the house, get uploaded, and it's going to go online pretty much straight away today. As you will notice, the beer wall's going down at a rate of knots. We have got Father's Day coming up. We have got my birthday coming up, literally within days of each other. Surprise, which year, what day is Father's Day this year? Is it on the 25th or the 18th? It's both funny days for Father's Day. Must be the 18th. But that's when I usually get a few beers to replenish and you know, get a load of local beers in again. Maybe go to low cost and get some beers. And that's what I told the wife to do. I said, look, get in touch with low cost beer. He'll know what I ain't had, and new stuff that I've not seen before. And just do that. Even if it's all draft beers, it doesn't really matter to me. A review's a review. You know, as long as the beer's tasting good, it's all that really matters to me in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, interesting times for Magpie. Obviously they won Nottingham's Champion Beer, you know, this year with all vanilla, no filler. and 7.3% beer. So more of a craft beer for craft beer pubs. Not a beer you will likely see in a lot of cask pubs. Why? Because a lot of cask pubs won't take the risk of having something like that, but a lot will. Now, if I'm talking directly to Magpie Brewery, micro pubs will, even if it's the smaller. Don't ask me what the size of the bloody casks are. Cask is cask to me, but you get what I mean. There's smaller casks and there's bigger casks. The smaller cask would be handy for your likes of your places like your Bird Pig, Ilkeston, Tap and Growler, Eastwood, Barrel Drop, obviously, Doctor's Orders, obviously, and you know, places like Junkyard and that. If they do, you know, I know there's a bit of a stigma about some of these pubs not having local beers in, which yeah. Oh, we'll just go for the glory names, but yeah. Sometimes a poke in the right direction is what's needed, there's none left. So yeah, I'm going to carry on drinking, I'm going to carry on talking. It's nice to actually have a talk in the chat. And yeah, it's all becoming very real. It's been a big year this year. We've got the year with so much happening, so much all has already happened. Beer festivals coming up. Yeah, so it's a busy, crazy, expensive year. Oh. And then the hobbies as well. So yeah, and I've got to do 2 lots of speeches. I've got to do a best man speech. Well, no, I've got to do a bridegroom speech, and a father of the bride speech. So that'll be interesting. Hence why, from now on, there will be more lives on the channel, because I need to get back into that zone of being more out there and more forward, and that you damn well know this. I need to do it, and I will do it. I wonder if I need to put these at the high up in the shed, the fermenter, because heat rises, doesn't it? So it's going to be hotter, higher, cooler, lower. Yes, I might drop the 3 barrels onto there, swap the barrels round, and do that. I'll do that off camera in a minute. So yeah, more stuff coming on the channel. When I've got the pennies, I'll go out and maybe get a couple of trad beers. I like to do beer versus beer. It's my favourite thing. Put beers against each other's and see how they go. There will just be nights where I'm just putting the computer, maybe Monday night, if I've got a blooming review. And it's starting to put a bit of warmth. Secondary fermented, good. And talking about homebrew and things like that, I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to have a mini bottle wine night as well, and start chucking this in. You know, it's what made the channel it was in the first place, and yeah, it's all to the good. But in any case, so lovely golden ale. If anybody from Notts County or Notts County fans watches this and has noticed about the Notts County keg beer, and you know, petition Notts County and get their backsides to get Magpie beer back into the ground, and use that chocolate orange stout as a bit of a beer, put it into cans or bottles and say, this is the official beer of Magpie Notts County. I think that'd be an amazing gesture. Local supporting locals. Gotta be done. It's gotta be done. Thoroughly enjoyable. Like they say, aromatic, fruity. It's got a lovely citrusy, hints of tropical fruits on there, and it's tasting really well. You know, these guys do a lot of good stuff on their website. I think it's free delivery to Nottingham postcodes. obviously charges it further afield. You can get a good mixed case from these, of good trad beers and their new stuff as well. So always worth a punt and a look at. And then there's always Adventure Beer as well. You know, they do a Magpie, but also other local beers. A good 4.3 out of 5 for me. Top class beer. Cheers.